Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. When we warped into this system, there were a couple of beacons, I suppose, already on our map, which is a little bit unique. I do want to check those out, but I'm also kind of prioritizing getting a move on our entire waypoint system kind of thing. We're getting off like the beaten path of like the way to the center of the galaxy, and because we picked up some waypoints, and I do want to get back to all of that, but I also want to check out like anything that I feel like the game is saying, hey, this is extra special attention to be paid to right over here. So we are going to go check out this transmissions tower, and once we've landed and seen what there is to be seen here, I think we're going to go ahead and pop over to the, it's like a trade something or another, that's on the same planet but on the other side. Also, I've been fooled before, but that kind of looks lava-ish, or at least very gold on the ground down here. Okay, should be just right here. It's some really interesting terrain. Well, a lot of it appears to have been the atmosphere, because once we're kind of into the planet a little bit better, everything is very, very green. Alright, Mr. Transmissions Tower right over here. It's not a real landing pad or anything, so we'll just pop down where we can. Oh, and there's a beacon sort of thing that I can see just straight ahead of us as well. Okay. Ooh, and some crazy creatures already here. Alright, Sentinels are limited, flora is empty, but fauna is few. Huh. Well, this is certainly interesting. And then, are you like the female of the species has weird vestigial wings or something? Gender is indeterminate. Huh. Okay. You guys are very strange. Let's go ahead and check out this. What kind of crazy transmissions are we getting from here? I feel like this is a building we've seen before, but the last time we spotted something from space, the building that we got to had sort of been like destroyed, which was quite a bit different than anything we'd seen before. It was overgrown with moss and like long since abandoned. Alright, let me hit this first. Okay. Discovered some wetlands. I don't know how wet it looks, but it's definitely land, so they got that part right. Get this building over here, and I believe with a bypass chip, this could then lead us somewhere else. But I don't know that I want to do that. I think I might want to, like... Oh, I didn't even really notice, but yes, there is radiation here. Recoil stabilizer. Reduces boltcaster kickback on fire. I can see that being handy. And then right over here, I wonder if this is going to be anything unique in the building. Before we talk to you, let's go ahead and do the research specimen, because it's going to increase our standing with the Korvax. Handful of plutonium that can't be safe to have just been sitting there, right? And this stuff is radioactive after all. We've got a healing station and analyst entity. Atlas something oxides something. The electronic life form is processing a signal that emanates from a distant location deep in space. Endless processing units are combining to crack the code of a strange mathematical language. Rare elements are being pulled from the resource vaults at its feet, but some are running low. I feel bright lights constricting and directing their attention upon me. I think it wants rare oxides. Can I back out of this? It doesn't, like, fail, right? Okay. So I don't have any titanium right now, but I do know a source of titanium. Also here, kind of interesting. It's like a short-necked giraffe with a mohawk, I think. Huh. The source of titanium that I'm speaking of course, is the Sentinels. Now, they said they were limited on this planet, but I already saw one floating around, so they've got to be out here somewhere. What I'd like to do is try to maybe get into a little bit of a fight to get 50 titanium, and with the 50 titanium, speak to that guy again. I think that's going to be the correct answer that he is looking for. I'm also... There is very little plant life, just sort of these mushroom fungusy things everywhere. Which, fungus are not plants. I remember high school biology. You know, I also took biochemistry in college, but I remember high school biology. I am sort of interested in following a recommendation someone left in a comment that there is likely to be copper in... Oh, I don't think I've seen you before. There's likely to be copper in the like floating things. I think this is just ground, right? Oh, wrong thing. This is just ground, yeah. But there is like a floaty... Also just... Oh, no. Okay, it's the rock, but I can't mine the fungus itself. There is some floatiness going on over here. And I'd be interested to see if this might be a stupendous vein of copper for us. As, it is. Thank you, kind commenter. Alright, copper was, if I'm remembering correctly, it's what I needed to make the boltcaster upgrade that I had gotten. And I kind of want to see what that's gonna be like. Let's spend a moment mining over here. Maybe our mining of resources will attract some Sentinels to our location, and then we get a little bit of a gunfight with them, get just enough titanium to head back to the other guy, and hopefully that is in fact what he's looking for. Now, this would have been a multi-tool wide shot adapter. Okay, we have enough copper, iridium, and iron. Iridium and iron are pretty easy to come by. I feel like I see them on a fairly regular basis. Iridium normally... Iridium normally in the form of sort of pillars of mineral. Alright, we got one down. So I'm actually kind of like letting the other one live, because he'll call for backup then. At least I think that's my plan. Doesn't seem to be quite calling for anything. Okay, there we go. Reinforcements deployed. Good. Oh, well, maybe not as good as I originally thought. And I'm using the mining beam, which may prove fatal. I'd read some stuff online that was basically saying, like, the high-end, and maybe I don't have that, but high-end mining laser with, like, some combat upgrades kind of outclasses the boltcaster. I'm sort of interested to see if that is in fact the case. And how much titanium? I've got 109. Okay, I can go ahead then and end this charade. And yeah, okay, come back here. And done. Okay. So that should be enough titanium, which I think from my limited understanding of the Korvax language, I believe that is the rare oxide this thing is looking for. I'm guessing that I could have chosen the, like, take the resources option for sort of a short-term benefit. Aha, troublemaker indeed. The short-term benefit of maybe just getting some rare resources, but I'm interested in that long-term benefit, and I think this is the way to do it. That's going to be thamium. I'm kind of looking around as well for just any particularly rare resource. I feel like iron, although also necessary, is going to be the one that I can just always get. So we're really looking for a column of the H stuff. I think that's going to be the rare thing. Of course, it came from this way, so I'm really just backtracking, and I'd say it's probably unlikely that I find anything new while backtracking, right? Carbon. Pretty sure I can hear a thing behind me. Yeah, iron has just basically been everywhere on every planet I've been to, so I'm not super concerned. It's the, is it Heridium? Without checking, I think that's what it's called. Heridium that is also necessary here, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Try to remember not to sell any of our copper. And let's try this guy again. Atlas, oxides, gibberish. Check. Okay, so I'm going to try to give him titanium. They fuel the code cracking procedure. A faint orb glows red on the screen and slowly fades, and I get another thermic layer sigma. Man, I'm getting a lot of thermic hazard protection. Do I have... It's weird that they've started coming all at once, but do I have the ability to make, like, all of those now? Didn't I already have two? Thermic layer tau, thermic layer sigma. Maybe that was a repeat? I guess it is possible for you to just get the same blueprint again. Maybe a little disappointing, but it would make sense. Alrighty then. Well, that was a little underwhelming. Again, it's funny because the first time I got a thermic layer blueprint, it was like the greatest day of my life. I thought it was amazing. And this is what I'm going to call my starship. And then since then I've gotten two more, and every time I'm like, it's really not all that great. You know, once you have one, then the others stop being such an amazing revelation that they're possible. So this is, it appears quite literally like on the other side of the planet. So I'm going to go ahead and pulse drive out. And like once I've just gotten into space a little bit, we'll then reacquaint ourselves with exactly where we need to be going. Space station is that way. Come on, where are you? You up? Yep, okay. Over there, a little over an hour, huh? Alright, let's try to sort of skim the gravity well of this planet, stay just outside of it, and give it like 10 seconds. We want to go maybe 1 second. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And I'm hoping that puts me more or less over it. I was off. I was off by a bit. Okay, what about boost engines? Alright, that'll get me within a minute or so. I'm fairly comfortable with that. I'm assuming that, I mean, a trading post seems like something that I understand just by its name, that it's going to offer me the ability to trade. But we've seen that before. Is that what we've seen before, where there's just like a galactic trade hub on the wall? Or is this going to be in any way different? Certainly the puzzle on the last one was different. As far as needing to give it rare titanium, I don't think that's a request I've really seen before. So I don't know, like maybe the Sigma upgrade that we were offered might be like a particularly good class of reward. You know, if making a video game and there's like loot tables, is what I'm kind of assuming there, and that some of those loot tables are better than others, and maybe we get a higher level of potential reward by giving up like some higher level resources ourselves. In this case, a little bit of titanium. Okay, so I'm thinking it's straight down now. Yeah, there we go. Alright, still the same beautiful greens. Rough atmospheric wake, but once we punch through this, it should be a fairly easy landing. Oh, it's this thing. I think I saw this one time, but I like lost it. If that makes any sense. I spotted it and was like, oh, we need to go over there, and I got turned around and wasn't able to figure out how to get back. So it's just a bunch of landing pads. That makes sense, right? It's like effectively your space station on the planet. We're just gonna have a bunch of ships coming into dock. We can trade with them all. That's fairly cool. Also pretty okay. A little bit of cargo dropping. Would this just be Would this just be a ship call? This is a ship call, okay, and then jettison pod. Some more isotopes, okay. Well, a little decent loot pile, if nothing else, and just want to look out and see if I could spot any resources that we need. I'm not really seeing it. That is a cool view, though. There's some gold over there. Alright, let's see what the trader himself has to say. Cool. Okay, yeah, like we could use this to Galactic Trade Terminal, and then the mathematician himself. Something data, oh god. Alright. It narrows its mask, lights in frustration, and furiously taps at the workstation. It looks at me with agitation, presumably doubting that a low-intelligence being can help it access the terminal. Bypass ship would certainly help here, but whether the life form appreciate the illegal device is unknown. They're illegal? How come nobody told me before? We need 5 iron. I was just, you know, iron's not that important. We can probably stand to just leave it on the ground and not really worry about it because we can get it anytime we need it, etc., etc. Cue flashback of me from 10 minutes ago. I see some iron right over there. Ow. Like the ground was destination reach, right? Like not the trade hub. I do believe this is a pillar of iron. We just needed 5. Although, right behind it is some more loot. Kind of interesting to think that the bypass chips are me hacking things. Huh. I find that a little curious, especially when you consider that I'm supposed to be, or at least in the Korvax's eye, I appear to be an inferior species, right? With inferior intelligence, and yet I'm able to hack like superior alien electronic equipment with the greatest of ease. I find that a little bit comical. All right, what do you say? I'm taking the approach that just using an item is always going to give me a better result than not, right? That giving a bypass chip is a potentially better reward than just try it myself. Oh, I didn't craft a bypass chip. That's going to be the first step in using a bypass chip, I imagine. Actually, it's like the third step in using a bypass chip, if you get the idea. And then I think once we finish up with the trade hub, gentlemen, I'd like to get out of this system. The system unlocks the electronic life form. It gives me something to aid my journey. Phase coolant. Phase beam companion unit. Alright. I can dig that. Install technology. I already had phase coolant Sigma. No? Or I didn't already have phase Sigma. I've just had phase coolant Tau equipped this whole time. It came standard with this ship. Okay, I think that's probably the case there. This way, is it directing us towards the pillar of light over there? I think that might be the case. Okay. There is still the distress beacon off planet over there. I think we're going to ignore it though, as I'd still really just like to get a move on. I want to get down this the few jumps that I need to make in order to reach the waypoint that's set for me right now. That continues to be the highest priority I have at the moment. Now, I'm not quite sure how far into space I have to go to get to my map. That seems to be how far I need to go. Alright. Path toward waypoint. Current location. Bam. Engage. So I am, I've picked up the pace quite a bit, right? Like, in some ways I feel like I'm hightailing it towards the waypoint. There's a lot of planets, and so we're always going to have more planets to explore. I'd like to solve the mystery and kind of propel the ever expanding game elements a little bit further along. I don't know, maybe it's just going to be another Atlas stone that we could sell, another couple of warp cells to help us on our journey. It certainly could be, but I'll never know until I try. Curiosity kills cats, you know. Another space anomaly. That was certainly very positive the last time we visited one. Let's do a quick space scan. Anomaly detected. And we got at least 2 planets. Whoa. Slightly more than 2 planets. Okay. At least 50% more than 2 planets. Alright, well let's pop to the anomaly. I think this is certainly going to be the highlight of visiting this system. Gotta line up for fancy docking procedures again. Wonder if it's going to be more English-speaking creatures inside. This is where we got our Atlas pass from, right? So maybe we'll get a V2 or V3, or I'm not sure if I've seen any V2 doors. I feel like it's been V1s and V3s all around. Super fancy. You'd think that I'd wait until the airlock sealed before I jumped out of my spaceship. I guess I'm a little anxious to see what's inside. Alright, it's very similar. Yeah. This little guy. Specialist Polo. Is this not the same guy? Talk, read, study monoliths. Give yourself a strong brain to match those strong legs. To explore is to discover yourself, friend. Polo bobs up and down happily as I approach, apparently convinced that I am some kindred spirit in an odyssey of exploration and invention. I'm undecided as to whether I share this ethos. Polo is particularly fascinated by how my brain is affected by interaction with alien language and culture. Can I truly understand how such profoundly unfamiliar concepts Is there a limit to how much I can learn? I have wondered this too. Transmit language data. The Gek runs an instrument over my head, their hands trembling with excitement, and Polo fiddles feverishly with arcane machinery and proudly presents me with a Ricochet Sigma. Oh, it needs even more iron. Okay. We've already got Ricochet on. That's an upgrade to our ricochetedness, I suppose. Let me see what it actually sort of says. Range, reboost, rapid fire. Okay, right now we've got Ricochet Tau, which I feel like is a better Ricochet. Is it Sigma then Tau? Does that make sense for everybody? We just have the one. Okay, we just haven't been able to make it before. That came with our multi-tool. Upgraded deflective properties. Operates automatically. Okay. So I think this is maybe a better Ricochet that we already have, but we've just learned how to make a Ricochet that's a little bit worse. I'm fine with that. It means that when we finally get our next multi-tool upgrade, we're not going to like leave everything about this one behind. Repeated visitor, welcome. Assistance again. Return you to Atlas Control. Find galactic core meaning. Help you on journey. Decide. Nada is, they reveal, a Korvax priest, somehow freed of the group mind, now researching the origins of the galaxy. They express a bold theory that our entire reality is something else's experiment, a simulation. I want to laugh, then I remember the Atlas. Nada offers me a choice again, or is it a test? We return to the fixed path of the Atlas, find black holes to carry me to the galaxy's core, or accept a gift to aid me in my own travels. Okay, so these are definitely the same Nada and Polo as before. They've been traveling on their own anomaly. This space station is a spaceship. And Nada has a bold theory, very similar to my own, that maybe our entire reality is just somebody else's experiment. I'm going to choose to find... Okay. As long as I've got a waypoint to go to right now, I'm going to go with resources to aid exploration. Then I think maybe what you do is you find a shortcut to the center. Once you take the shortcut to the center, then you find the path back onto the Atlas path. And you can use Nada here to do that. I'm assuming, of course, that, slingshotting us through a shortcut isn't going to cut us off from Nada. But right now I've already got a destination, so I'm just going to keep with resources to aid me, which should be another blueprint. Very nice. Toxin suppressor Tau. I'm actually really happy to have another type of hazard protection. We're getting up there in the ways to protect ourselves from cold. Being able to protect ourselves from toxin is quite nice. Wouldn't mind getting, someday a full set again, so that I'm able to kind of park down on hazardous planets and not worry about it so much. A friend of mine mentioned an interesting theory of what if when the base building comes and you park yourself on a planet for a while, like you could park on maybe something very hazardous, and then others wouldn't really be able to stay on your planet for very long as a way to defend it. I don't think the multiplayer is really going to be that in your face, but it's certainly an interesting idea. Now, I'm out of fuel, in case you didn't notice. I'm going to need antimatter. I need iridium for it. Okay, I'm going to have to get down to a planet's surface, and do a little searching for iridium. That is a really cool purple nebula thing we got going on there, by the way. I believe this planet looks the closest. Oh, and there's the space station between me and it. Fair. I might even just be able to purchase iridium. I don't really know. What is the crystal? Uh-huh. Iron. It's not quite the rare resource that I was hoping for. Alright. Let's pop down towards planet. I actually think pulse engineering might be worth it here. And once we get there, can I right myself at all? Not while pulsing, it appears. Once we get down to the planet's surface, iridium is going to become of primary concern. Man, this is some real green atmosphere. I wonder if that toxin blueprint isn't going to come in handy sooner than I thought. Oh, did I hit it? Ah, I missed it. I went over. Oh well. We do have a very fancy shelter, probably, right here already. The weather is contaminated, but there is gentle and ample flora and fauna. Oh, like this guy. Look at those eyes. That's very crazy. His gender is vectorized. Yeah, it is a toxic atmosphere. Interesting. I wonder how much of a difference that makes. If I, let's move the iron over here, craft it. No, craft technology here. Need carbon and zinc to get the job done. What does pinning a recipe do? Oh, it... I don't even really know. Does it mean that when I don't know what that does. Huh. Okay. More zinc, more carbon to make that work. We might check into that on this planet to get a better idea of how beneficial is it. I'm hoping the answer is very. Because it's already not that much of an inconvenience. Like, oh, the atmosphere's toxic. Well, I'll just step inside a building over here. And then, well, no. Okay, that's radiation. Orange is radiation, green is toxic. Never mind. Impact damage tau on the bolt caster. Okay. So maybe I'm not going to do that on this planet. Learn the Viking word for interloper. Hopefully that's not suggestive of things to come. My standing with the Viking has increased. Does that mean what I think it means? Are we no longer in the territory of Korvax? Whoa! Do we potentially have a new Viking species that we're going to be encountering soon? This guy, that looks really cool to me. The sort of porcupine spines on its back. Oh man, that's really neat. Okay, how do I get inside? How do I get inside this thing? Anybody seen a door recently? Probably right over there, huh? Okay. What does the pink building have to offer? I like the little chair outside. So, like somebody has just been sitting on the front porch, staring at the alien vista in front of them.
Radiation protection stabilizing. Life support power low.
Yeah, life support is getting a little low. Combat amplifier theta. Restore shields. Is this a thing that I can interact with at all? Doesn't seem like it. Is this a thing I can interact with? A Viking observatory. Is this going to give me another waypoint? A beacon sent long ago from a distant system awaits my response. 3 numbers are visible above an empty info box. I think I know what comes next. Indeed I do. It's the same puzzle every time. 2170. I discover a location within the distant stars. Oh. Okay. So I'm thinking... Nope, nope. it added some ruins, 30 minutes that way. I can't tell. Are these what's giving me the waypoints in space? I think so. And maybe we just didn't get them until I had gone into space. Oh, I need an Atlas Pass V2. Is it the only door? Yeah. I've only got a V1. Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes running over to that. So what I will do is head back to the ship. And back on the ship. We can get right over there. I feel like I haven't looked at my launch thrusters in a while, and that they might be getting a little worn down from all this rapid takeoff and landing I've been doing. Nope, wrong thing. Actually, never mind. I've refilled them quite recently, apparently. The hyperdrive, though. Definitely needing Iridium right now as our primary bottleneck. Do you see any Iridium? I certainly don't. They usually come in large columns, although that's probably Iridium right there. I'd say it's worth it. I'm gonna pop down. Oh man, it gets over an hour away as soon as I land. I'm like, well, maybe I can take the rest of this leg on foot. No, not even a little bit. All right, I'm probably gonna want to mine out all of this Iridium right now. Between our ability to make another warp cell out of it, combined with its being needed in a couple of other blueprint formulas. Can I get the top one? I can. I have fancy jet boosts after all. Yeah, so the Iridium's turning out to be, you know, quite valuable as a crafting recipe goes. I've kind of like, as I've gotten more and more adjusted to crafting recipes, like it's become more intuitive as I've learned it, right? Which is maybe the opposite of the word intuitive. It's become much easier to understand. Early on, it was just like, oh no, I need this resource, and whoa, there was like a tree growing in the middle of it. That's crazy. I would need some resource, have no idea where to find it. Now it's like, oh, I need Iridium. Like, I know what Iridium looks like. I'll be able to find it just kind of strafing over the planet. Same, recently with, I need some iron. I could just kind of look around and be like, those are going to be iron. And I'm totally fine with that. I think that's pretty cool. I am going to run out of mining beam real soon, though. Let's get you charged back up. Some plutonium seems like it would do the job. Might as well go all out. Power canister. Why not? I think the thing to keep in mind there is the power canisters are only good for that. So, are only good for powering things. So I might as well use them when I need power. Okay. I think that is... Oh, no, there's still some, right on the surface. Okay. And one last patch. Nope. A little bit more over here. Any of the blue. Alright, I think that's... every time I start to say it. I think that's going to do it. And even if it hasn't, I think anything else is just going to be the scraps, effectively. So tell you what. It made a sound. Oh, you're actually quite cute. What do you need to be fed? Iridium. Interesting. Wow. Huh. Interesting that it was like right next to Iridium, right? Like, that's what it feeds on. Look at its face, is very adorable. Oh man. Alright. Life support is low, yada yada yada. What about you, buddy? Oh yeah. Alright, let's get back to our ruins expedition. That's the plan, at least. I wonder if I could shoot some of these birds down a little bit easier in a spaceship than I can in a with a mining beam. Okay, just a couple of minutes away. I think we're gonna probably just check out the ruins and then see if I've got enough. I still need warp cell. If I've got enough, I'm probably gonna head to the next system. Though this is a nice planet. I think the planets that you want to spend a lot of time on, where you are gaining, tons of resources and getting everything refilled. I think what you are smart to do there, I'm gonna do it. What you're smart to do there is save that for planets that aren't radioactive. Ooh, I'm glad I stopped here. Oh, this is cool. It's another one of the sort of destroyed, derelict, abandoned buildings. So we do have our Atlas Pass V1. User identified, terminal now active, unlocking data log for analysis. It looked like a wound on the world, crimson and ragged edge, like something that once lived, but was then torn asunder. I should have stayed away. Had I the sense to taste the air of this planet, I imagine it would have reeked with some kind of alien fetor, but nothing could stall my curiosity. Was it dead? Where I touched it, the surface was moist and yielding. It seemed to become motile. Then, crawling on a mat of slow cilia, moving for me, I should have left it alone. I discover something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me. Radiation deflector. Okay. So, now I've got toxin and radiation, is that right? That's toxin. Is that not for my suit? Was it for my... Okay, deflection enhancement. I'm very confused. I can't see how it would go here. I had to have missed it, right? Got toxin, but no... It totally said radiation suppressor, right? Where did it go?
Life support power.
I should probably do something about that. It looked like deflector shields, but... with radiation... Not there. Install. Toxin. Shield boost. I'm very confused as to where that went. If somebody understands what I'm doing wrong there, please drop me a comment and let me know. I would totally appreciate being called on my idiocy if that was not, in fact, just weird and buggy. Okay. Do we have enough for a warp cell? Let's come over here. Craft product. We're going to need to make some antimatter. Then we're going to need to make a warp cell. Nice. Back to our starship, and our hyperdrive warp cell is at least enough for one more. Everything else is looking okay right now. Although, it seems like a good time to maybe worry about our life support systems. There we go. Alright. I think that's going to do it for this system. We're just going to want to get out into space and then hit the hyperdrives, or... No, that's not right. There's a space station. Is that the space station, actually? Like, right there? There was a space station, and we haven't visited it yet. So it should have an Atlas Pass V1 door and more inventory to unlock for us. So we definitely want to hit that up. And then we're going to be done with this system. Whoa. Maybe cutting it a little close. I don't exactly want to, like, open fire at the space station. Fugitive attack. Mostly harmless. Oh, is the star the bounty? I think it is. Okay. Fancy. We got bounty hunting to do. Alright, for 10,000 units, I'll take the bait. Let's go to our phase beams and just get ready to oh yeah, get ready to open fire. Something like this. Alright, I think I'm... Never mind. Like, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Oh, no, that's me getting my shields wrecked. Ow. Maybe need to put my shields back up. Alright, deflectors, what do you got for me? Zinc? Titanium? Iron? Something. Alright. His deflector shields seem to be working a lot better than mine. Okay, I still need to get pretty close in there. Oh man, he's already like wrecked my shielding again. But he is on fire. On fire seems good. Oh, on fire seems very good. Come on. Come on. Ooh. I am very at the critical damage stage. Thank you. Emerald. Alright. Whew. Let's go ahead and get landed. Maybe worry about how we repair our spaceship, because I actually don't know the answer to that question. And then we'll be able to do our quick little upgrade and then get out of here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Thank you, autopilot. Always very cool. Alright. I think I'm just going to head right over to here. This should be an Atlas Pass V1 door. Let's see if I've figured it all out. Indeed it is. Inside, we should then be able to find one of these. Suit upgrade. 20 slots. It costs 70,000. I think it's getting more and more expensive every time in 10,000 intervals. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000. The next one should cost 80,000. Which isn't bad. Damage radius on our plasma launchers. Research specimen for Viking. Oh, I wonder. These are going to be V3 doors. I wonder if there's a Viking on the station. If, maybe right over here. Because we seem to be now getting Viking upgrades for finding those things. And you're no Korvax. Oh. There's also a device on the table that randomly gave me 232 credits. Enemy Slayer Anna. Interloper. Oh god. That's the only word I know. The warrior's nostrils flare as I approach. It inhales deeply and barks out what could be a warning. I hurriedly mime that I am peaceful and know little of its language. It takes a second to think, then suddenly grabs my multitool while barking again into my visor, streaking it with saliva. It's pointing at the indicator that shows which elements I carry. I do my best to keep calm. I don't know the word. Like, he's probably demanded something or asked for something. Let's try isotopes. Warrior gives me a technology blueprint. It teaches me some of the language of the people. I learned the word for visual, and get a life support module Sigma. Increases available energy within life support systems. Allows for extended periods of planetary exploration. Okay, I can live with that. Anything on the walls to interact with in here? We've got the galactic Selly point over here. This is a slightly different setup than before. Alright, I came in from over there. And then a B3 door right here. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna do. I'll go ahead and just sell this stuff. I'm probably gonna head to the next system. I'll do that in between episodes, as it takes a few minutes and nobody really needs to see me warp. And then looking to see if any of the stuff that's like super valuable do we have. Chrysonite, zinc, not really. Okay. Emerald should sell for a pretty penny. I'm basically wanting to keep the rest of the stuff. The Geknip we can sell. The Gek Charm we can sell. I'm gonna hold on to everything else. Alright, so I'm gonna head to the next system and see what there is to be seen there. That way we can speed along. That's a locked door. Speed along our journey towards this next waypoint. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, feel free to subscribe. There's lots more on the channel. You can leave a like or a comment if you've got anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.